Hari Om, dear souls. Life often feels like a journey filled with duties, desires, and endless striving. But what if we paused and asked, is this all there is? Today's Pravachan opens our hearts to a higher truth. Prapancha, this worldly life, is not a hindrance, but a ladder to Paramartha, to divine realization. Let us receive these sacred words with humility and a longing for inner transformation. May this satsang guide us from fleeting pleasures to eternal joy. Working many years in a subordinate position develops a slavish attitude of mind. This is undesirable. A person should live at least for some years as his own master. Even during his period of service or business, one should learn to live in consciousness of God so that, on retirement, he is able to occupy his spare time in such consciousness. Everyone is in search of joy and contentment all through life and strives continuously for it. That is, everyone is after Paramartha. Prapancha should be treated as instrumental for that purpose. Pursued as an end in itself, it is incapable of yielding happiness. It is essentially the same all over, for the rich and the poor, for the superior and his subordinate, in this country and that. It is characterized by defectiveness, incompleteness, transiency. We should always bear in mind this characteristic of Prapancha, and not be led to envying another for having something that we do not possess. We should be content with what we have. Position in the progress in Paramartha cannot be granted by one person to another. It has to be attained by dint of one's own effort and action. The importance and need of Paramartha is poignantly felt in times of pain, suffering and misery, not while Prapancha is apparently affluent and happy. This apparent happiness always culminates in unhappiness and misery. When our sensual desires join hands with tempting circumstances, the desires become strong, and we succumb to them. The desires gradually wane if we resolutely refuse to yield to them. The remedy to foil temptation is resorting fervently to nama-smarana. Those sensate pleasures which present themselves in the ordinary course should be accepted passively, without voluntary enthusiasm, only as a duty. This will weaken passions and render them harmless. The clinical thermometer only indicates fever, but does not cure it. Similarly, the Shastras point out where we go wrong and how to correct ourselves. The action is entirely with us. Shri did meet Rama. Why is it then that we do not? The plain answer is that we lack that staunchness of faith and that persistence and regard for the devotional practices. Never forget that you belong to and live for Rama. He will certainly not expose you to want of life's necessities. If you repeat Nama with firm faith and forget yourself in it, you will live ever so joyfully. To illuminate today's truth, that Prapancha can become a ladder to the divine, let us reflect on the life of Sant Dhanna Bhagat, the Saint farmer from Punjab. Born into a simple Jat family, Dhanna was a man of the soil, immersed in farming and daily toil. His heart, however, was full of innocent devotion. He had not studied the Shastras, nor did he engage in elaborate rituals. Yet he had this pure longing for God and believed firmly that the Lord could be found in the midst of ordinary life. There is a touching story. Dhanna once gave all his grain to a hungry sadhu, leaving nothing for himself. His family worried. How would they survive? But Dhanna laughed and said, "The Lord of the universe knows we gave it to him. He will take care of us." And so it happened. Miraculously, the fields yielded abundant crops, even without sowing. The villagers were, absolutely astonished. But Dhanna only smiled and sang praises to Hari. His simple Prapancha, his farming, his service, his giving, all became infused with bhakti. He showed us that worldly duties, when offered in devotion, really do transform into spiritual sadhana. He didn't run away from life. Instead, he transformed life into a temple, his every action into nama-smarana. Just as today's Pravachan says, Shri met Rama because of his staunch faith. So did Dhanna. His field was his ashram, and his faith the bridge to the divine. Beloved seekers, Prapancha need not be a chain. It can be a ladder. Let us perform all our duties in remembrance of God, not as slaves to desire, but as humble servants of the Lord. Let every moment of work, joy, or trial be a step towards Paramartha. With the divine name on our lips and surrender in our hearts, we too can reach the feet of Rama, right here, right now.